Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be taking a look at some Rainbow Cup battles, practice rounds, going up against a couple of my friends here. This is going to be the cup for the month of June, featuring 5 different types: fire, electric, bug, grass, and water. You can only use Gen 1 and 2, and you cannot use the Alolan form Pokemon. So it's pretty interesting. First match, I am starting it off with Tentacruel. And something to take note of, I'm almost limited on the number of Pokemon that I can use specifically because I do not have TMs. I am out here raiding. They're just not coming to me. I used the only 3 I had yesterday on Blaziken to get Blaze Kick. I got one on one of them, and then the other just bounced back. So the struggle is real right now, and I think that they need to switch it up. Basically, yes, make them rare, but at the same time, let us pick the move. All right, that's as simple as that. If they're going to be so elusive, then they should at least allow us to pick the move. So sit back, relax, get a snack. We're going to be taking a look at quite a few battles here, getting my butt kicked, but then making a little bit of a comeback here. But that's all right. Practice, and that's why we call it that, right? So we do have the Venusaur out here, and he has the Charizard. He really likes to use that, and yes, it's going to be extremely weak to fire, but it's just every time I go, I don't have the fire to counter it. So we're going to be switching into Tentacruel here. I do want to switch my Blizzard for Sludge Wave. Preferably, that would be pretty good. It's showing to be pretty good for me right now. Going up against Azumarill, it would put in work. So we do have our Venusaur out here, pretty much no health left. It looks like a pretty close match, but I was not able to get to another Frenzy Plant. He's going to be finishing it off with that Ice Beam there. So, good game. And so far, what I'm really liking to use is Tentacruel, Venusaur, Azumarill, Charizard, and I think Quag is pretty good as well. This cup is very open for different types to make an appearance, and that's what's nice. Some are going to shine better than others, of course, but the thing about Charizard, it's very squishy, so it's not going to just like completely dominate. Yes, going up against bugs or grass, it's going to be doing pretty nice, but at the same time, it's not like this massive, indestructible tank. So keep note of that. So he does bring in his Feraligatr here, Waterfall, and it's just taking off Charizard's health in a big way. I was not able to get to that Dragon Claw here. Just deciding what I wanted to do because I know he has other Pokemon behind there, so we're going to go ahead and go with this. I didn't know if he had Ice Beam, that's why I shielded that up. I think I possibly could have won this match if I didn't, but he is making his decision now. Coming in here with his Venusaur, so we have a nice mirror match. So if you are stuck in this specific situation, you're going to be going for Sludge Bomb. You can bait their shield with Frenzy Plant, but make sure you wait until you hit that Sludge Bomb because otherwise they're going to know if you guys are on par with the energy, right? So he's coming in with the Poliwrath there. I don't know what I did here. Just switching. I already knew I pretty much lost this game. I'm just doing a little desperation switch, and yeah, over there. Going into the next match, starting it off with Venusaur, he's going in there with Charizard here. I do have Charizard this time, but the thing is, as soon as I switch, all right, he's going to be able to just counter me right away, and it's just game over. So it's all about that rock, paper, scissors in the beginning. Sometimes, not every time. You can obviously make comebacks from that. So I do decide to go for Blast Burn because it's going to be doing massive damage. It's resisted as well as Dragon Claw, but at least I'm going to be getting stabbed, and it's doing, obviously, more damage. Going in here with the Venusaur, and there's going to be a lot more practices to come. I just wanted to give a few Pokemon several test runs to see how they perform in specific situations and combinations with each other. So I did not block that Ice Beam. I thought he was going to come with a Play Rough or Hydro Pump. That's what he had before, but he stacked on TMs. I should have known better that he switched his move up already. So yikes. My Venusaur is sitting there with basically no health. Down it goes. In comes my Slowbro. I thought maybe for the Poliwrath counter, but it was too late for that. And it's completely a game over. He's not even using his charge. He just Fury cutting away, now he uses it, but yeah, not a really good pick. It's going to be weak to water, so yeah, and as well as electric. Both those types are readily available, so it's not looking too hot for the Slowbro. Just thought I'd test it out, and that's probably going to be the last time. Starting it off with Charizard, he's going in with that trusty old Poliwrath of his, hitting me up with Power Punch. Definitely not going to block that first one. If he gets a couple Power Up punches, then the Ice Punch is going to be very devastating to Charizard for sure. And doing the Dragon Claw damage on it, he does shield that one up here. He should be going... Oh, he did go for another Power Up Punch. He got me there. So now he's going to go for the Ice Punch, and it's over. Yep. So a wasted a shield. That's just lovely. In comes the Lantern here. It's going to be a water and electric type, so super effective to Poliwrath, but that Mudshot is going to be super effective to me. not doing that much damage, but the more he does that power punch, the stronger his Poliwrath is going to get. Down it goes finally, and I have no shields. He has one left. I'm holding on to that Nidoking in the back here, switching on time, but it's just too late. Venusaur's Frenzy Plant is just so powerful. It basically almost one-shots my Kingdra here, and Kingdra's charge moves are not the best. In comes my Lantern, and I just sat there. I'm not even charged. I'm like, it's over. Let's just get this over with, finish me off. Let's move on to the next match. I picked a bad combination for my team here, and it was hard countered. Going into the next one, I start off with Azumarill. I was like, all right, let's step it up a notch. Let's use a little bit of higher tiers here. Can't lose so many times. So he is starting off with Scizor. Going to go for that Ice Beam. Doing not very effective, but still a good amount of damage to it, as you can see. And the Scizor really can't do much to the Azumarill. Iron Head, yes, will be super effective to fairy types, but at the same time I'm water, so it's neutral damage. And yeah, so as you can see, he's spamming the heck out of them, and it's just tanking right through it. So I could have possibly just farmed energy there, but you know, looking back at these, I know what to do next time around, right? In comes the Poliwrath. I could go for that Play Rough, but I just decided to go for the Ice Beam and bait it. I didn't want to get fainted out or another punch to the face. He does fall for the bait there, so that's good. We have a shield down for him. And I do decide to go with the Scizor myself, and not the best combination, not seeing the rest of his Pokemon here. So, yep, it's pretty much game over, sort of. I mean, could make some sort of comeback, but not likely. Not with the Pokemon I have and he has behind there. Just going to go ahead and go for the X-Scissor here, because Night Slash is not going to be very effective. And I'm not getting stab on it as well. So in comes the Charizard. I just decided to switch. I was like, the heck with it. Now you see it's for Alligator. It's over. And there you go. So lesson learned here. Do not put Scizor and Charizard on the same team. And if you're thinking, well, is Scizor even good for this cup? I mean, it can be. Yeah, definitely. If they're not coming with fire, then you should be looking pretty good, because that is its only weakness, technically. So it's kind of squishy, but then it does resist quite a bit of things, being that steel typing as well. Starting it off with a Azumarill here, and he's going in with the Scizor again. That nice shiny, right? It's awesome. So I will be farming a bit of energy here, and just go for that Ice Beam, of course. Don't need to switch. We're in a great position. And at this point, we're not going to use our charge move, because like I said, I was, practicing here, seeing how this is going to work. And at this point, I knew I was able to do enough damage with the bubble to farm energy for the next Pokemon, and he still would not be able to take me out. So we have an Ice Beam and Play Rough ready to go with 2 shields, looking great, but so does he. In comes his Azumarill. I will be switching with all that energy gain, and he's bringing his Venusaur, and we're in an okay position here. If we play our cards right, we can win this. He does decide to not shield that there, and you can go for that bait with the Frenzy Plant like we discussed, and he does do that to me right there. Baits me up. Very good. Take note, guys, and those are the little bit of things that you need to know going up against people to give you that edge in a lot of these situations. So we're just going to go ahead and go for that Sludge Wave, because Vine Whip is doing nothing. We don't want him to get off another charge. Last Pokemon is Azumarill. Unfortunately, I cannot get to that Frenzy Plant, but we do have Tentacruel, Trusty old Tentacruel, and if I did have that, Sludge Wave, I would have been able to do a whole lot more damage here. But that's all right. We're still looking fairly comfortable. We do not have to shield any of these up, and he can just tank through it. I do decide to go in with the Azumarill, use that charge really quick here. He does shield it up, and that's perfect. I was able to get to another Play Rough, and that is going to take the win for this match. All right, so Tentacruel's proven to be pretty good for me so far. Starting it off the next match, Charizard versus Poliwrath yet again. I just keep thinking he's going to start off with that Scizor, so I just keep going with the Charizard. And this is technically not a bad matchup here. If it did have Bubble, it would be doing a lot more damage in that regard. But that Mud Shot is going to be charging it up so quickly. He's able to get off so many power-up punches and then finally hit me up with the Ice Punch and play mind games. You don't know what's happening. So I do decide to switch my Charizard with such low health that I don't know. But he does bring in his Charizard, so we are looking pretty good here. Dragon Claw, let's see how much damage that does. Okay, it's not bad. And we are water type, so Blast Burn's not going to be his, best option. He does decide to let that go through. I was pretty surprised. He does have 1 shield left. I do have 2, so we're looking pretty good here. I'm going to let that go through since we're poison type. It's not going to be very effective. We do not have that much health left, so I will be shielding this last one here just to get off a couple of more poison jabs. I maybe thought I was able to take him out with the poison jabs, but unfortunately I wasn't, so it was kind of a waste of a shield a little bit. So that's all right, though. In comes the Venusaur, and could go for the bait, but I didn't want to risk it. I just wanted to go for the Sludge Bomb just in case he let it go through just like that. Perfect. And now we're just going to keep hitting up that Sludge Bomb. And he is gaining more energy. He did use his shield. Let's see what he does. I do decide to let that go through because Vine Whip does do barely anything, and I can shield this up. Even if he baits me, I still will be able to get to that Sludge Bomb, and he has no more shields. I do decide to go with Frenzy Plant just for the heck of it. It had low health. Let's just get it over with, and that's going to be another good game there. They're all good games, right? They're all good games. All right, moving on to the next one. Azumarill versus Azumarill mirror match. Here we go. So we do know he has Play Rough and Ice Beam, so it's basically, you know, even matchup here. And if you're wondering, what are you doing? Why are you holding on to your energy? I just wanted him to use his charge first, because you're going to see, I don't necessarily know if this is really a thing anymore, if it's actually working, if you're letting your opponent use the charge first, and then you gain a couple more bits of energy. I do decide to not shield that up. He does shield his, so we're not looking horrible because Bubble's not, you know, doing much. We'll be able to hold on. I do decide to shield this right here, though, because I didn't want to waste all that energy for the Play Rough. And he is going to let that go through. And I will be able to take him out with a couple of bubbles and have an Ice Beam and Play Rough ready to go. I do decide to just go with the Play Rough. I didn't even care what it was. It was the Caesar, so Ice Beam probably would have been the better decision, but that's all right. Still damage onto the opponent. Now we're going to go ahead and go with the old trusty Tentacruel here, John Hankey. All right, so going in here. Now he brings in his Poliwrath. And yeah, this isn't a horrible situation. If I did have Sludge Wave, it's going to be so much better because Hydro Pump and Blizzard are not very effective to Poliwrath. So yeah, not looking great. I'm going to go ahead and go with that Frenzy Plant. And we have a little bit of energy. Can we get there? I was thinking if I shield this, I mean, I could, but I think he's going to get, yeah, see, he had another one. So it's wasted of a shield. He likes to do that, hold on to energy and then just bam, bam, back to back, which is a good strategy sometimes here. So we're going to go ahead and finish that off with quick moves. And let's see what he's bringing in, the Caesar. So we can win this. Just got to hit up that Hydro Pump, and we're going to take the win here. Good old trusty Tentacruel yet again for me. Looking great. All right, moving on to the next match. Starting off with Charizard, and he's going in with the Venusaur. I was like, okay, that's good. Now I get to make the switch and have him locked in here with my super effective. But, you know, this is a pretty good matchup for you if you're the Venusaur. You will be doing a lot of damage with the Frenzy Plant, but he can pretty much one-shot me too with the Ice Beam, and they're both getting to their charges fairly quick. All right, so I do shield that up because I don't want to go down. Went with a little bit more energy. I don't know necessarily why I did that, but he let it go through, so that works. So we're almost to our Frenzy Plant and Sludge Bomb at this point, so we're looking great. Going to go ahead and go with the Frenzy Plant, of course, onto that Poliwrath there. Super effective. I was trying to switch, but I wasn't quick enough, but that's all right. Now we're going to, it's, you know, I switched now, but it has like no health left anyways, but that's okay. We can use it to possibly take the brute force of a charge move here. So Tentacruel, going to get off this Blizzard now, and it's taking it out. He has no more shields. Good old Tentacruel, that's right. And down it goes. And I'm thinking, what do I want to do? Bring in the Venusaur and have him just use his charge right away, which he does. That is great. Now let's see if that will help us out here. And then we're going to go with the Charizard. But he has another charge ready to go. Ice Punch. And Charizard is so squishy that it could barely take it. And I do go for the Blast Burn because I was like, all right, Dragon Claw's not going to be able to finish it, but the Blast Burn will. Not very effective, but still doing a lot of damage, and it was the right decision. And we take the win there. Going into the next match, starting it off with the Azumarill, he's going with the Venusaur. You don't want to make the switch yet because, you know, you'll be locked in there. And most of the time where we have a bad matchup in the beginning and I do make the switch, I tend to lose a lot of the times with him, so I just decided to stay in here and let the Azumarill go down. Unfortunately, don't know if that was the best decision. I do go in with my Venusaur here, seeing that he has less health, and I do decide to make that quick switch, so I will take the brute force of that Sludge Bomb with the Tentacruel, not very effective, and then just Poison Jab away on it. By the time I get to my charge move on it, it's not going to even be worth using. I might as well just, you know, wait. Unfortunately, I was not able to, and I wasted all that energy. Venusaur took me out, and now my Venusaur is looking healthy, but I have no shields. So let's see what he has. Just going to go for Sludge Bomb right away, and it's a Poliwrath. So he does shield anyways, and we have a Frenzy Plant ready to go again, and a lot of energy stored up. And in comes Azumarill here, able to get to Frenzy Plant. Venusaur is a spam monster, but it can't take Ice Beam from Azumarill like this. So it was a close one, but unfortunately I was not able to win that. All right, into the next match. We got a bunch of battles here for you guys. Let's go. Tentacruel starting off against Azumarill. That is very favorable for you to have if you're the Tentacruel. He does make the switch, and so do I, into Azumarill here, and we've seen this play out before. It can take through all those hits fairly nice. We're just going to go ahead and hit up that Ice Beam. I don't know if you're going to be seeing Caesar personally in your practice rounds with other people. This is just, you know, subject for me here, but yeah, just at least you get to see what it looks like. So obviously we're not going to use our charge. We're going to finish it off with the quick moves here. Wait for whatever he has. We already know nothing has energy charged up yet, so we're good to wait and see what it is. We're going to go with that play rough. Should have maybe went for Ice Beam here, and then I would have been able to go for the play rough again, seeing that I wouldn't have used so much energy. But hey, you live and you learn. And I was deciding what I want to do right now. I'm just going to go ahead and go in here with the Tentacruel. It's been able to take those hits from that Poliwrath, and if it hits me up with Ice Punch, well, it's not going to be very effective yet again. But it is getting stronger and stronger with every power-up punch. So unfortunately, nothing neutral, just not very effective. Really hurts, but it's okay. We're still able to take it out there. In comes the Azumarill. And I'm just going to go for the Hydro Pump. You know, we just got to do what we have to do. If I did have Sludge Wave, a lot more damage onto that Azumarill. And would have been looking great. But in comes Venusaur here. We do have 2 shields. So, I mean, we're sitting really pretty. We're okay. All right, so he does decide to not shield that because he realized it was over there. So that's a good games with Dark. Appreciate that. Into the next match with my other opponent here. Let's get it on. He's starting it off with the Beedrill, going in with the Tentacruel, seeing that it was so helpful for those last battles. I knew I didn't have to shield any of the moves it's coming at me with, unless it had Air Slash. I mean, still Tentacruel is such a tank, though. He does decide to let that go through. It's going to be a Blizzard and one-shotting it there. And he's going in with a Charizard, and it's looking pretty good for me yet again. I'm not too sure if he has... Okay, yeah, he has Dragon Claw. All right. I'm going to hit it up with Hydro Pump here. And he definitely needs to shield that because it's a one-shot easy. And then we're going to go ahead and go in with the Azumarill and let all the moves go through. We do not need to use our shields at this point because it's not very effective. But look at the Blast Burn. It's still doing a good chunk of damage onto that Azumarill because it's so darn strong. So we're going to go ahead and go with that Ice Beam here. And it's just going to be neutral. I mean, we could go for a play rough, but we want to get more Ice Beams off at this point. So we burnt the shield, and now we're getting through now. That's pretty good. And we don't need to block this. We're going to let the Azumarill go down, obviously. And bring in the Venusaur here, and you already know. That Quagsire is going to be extremely weak to grass, being water and ground type. And that's going to be the game there. Moving on to the next one. Don't worry, your boy's gonna pick it up. It's not like I'm gonna sweep him like that the whole time. He wised up. He's like, nope. So he does switch, and I do make the switch as well into Charizard. And you're thinking, wow, you kind of have the upper hand here. Looks like you're gonna win. Yeah, you should have shielded that Sludge Bomb. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go with the Dragon Claw here. And he was able to get a Frenzy Plant and just take out my Charizard. I didn't want to waste a shield yet again. I decided to just go in here, do quick moves, finish it off, hold my energy, see what he has coming in next, and I will be able to just do something with that. But it's not looking so hot at all. So I do decide to get a bit of energy here. I was trying to switch, but the game wouldn't let me. So we had to use a shield, but he does go for the Ice Beams, not very effective. Make the switch into Venusaur. He goes to Charizard. He's hard countering me. It's not looking great, and obviously we're going to go for that Sludge Bomb here. We could try to bait a shield, but I wasn't trying to do that at this point. I knew the game was over, not to draw it out longer. Oh, he doesn't have any shields. Okay. But doesn't matter. Charizard destroyed me anyways. And yeah, we're just going to do whatever we can with the Poliwrath. In comes the Azumarill. There's no way in heck that I can win this matchup here, being a fighting type, and it has play rough, and I have nothing super effective. As a matter of fact, not very effective move, so... Another good game there. Moving on to the next one here. Like I said, he's going to pick it up, right? Starting off with the Tentacruel. All right. And he's going in there with the Lantern. He's like, okay, he likes that Tentacruel. So start off the Lantern. Like, not good. Do make the first switch. Like I said, every time that happens, for this specific cup in particular, it doesn't turn out so hot for me. And I do go ahead and go with that Sludge Bomb here onto the Charizard. Don't want to really bait any shield at this point. I wanted the Venusaur to go down, burn a shield, or at least tear into that Charizard. I actually bring my Lantern myself. I'm actually running Charge Beam. He's going Water Gun. And in comes this Venusaur, and this is, you're not going to be looking great. I just decided to go for the Hydro Pump here, do as much damage as I can. I was trying to switch, wouldn't switch, have to use a shield because it wouldn't do it. And then now it decides to switch. Great. And then he brings in his Lantern. It's going to hit me up with Thunderbolt. Super effective. And yeah, I decide to just go for the Hydro Pump before I get defeated. At least put up a little bit of a fight before I go down, I suppose. And I was like, I shouldn't even shield. I'm not going to waste my time. Not going to waste his time. Go ahead and beat me, and we'll move on to the next match here. And that's a good game. All right, moving on to the next one here. Like I said, I'm really liking the Venusaur, Azumarill, and Tentacruel. Sure, there's other great types. I just haven't used any yet. He's going in with the Magneton. It is going to be a Legacy, so very nice. The Frenzy Plant will be devastating that Magneton, so he did not let it go through. I didn't realize how much damage Magnet Bomb was actually going to do. I was quite surprised when I saw. I was like, really? Wow, I didn't run any sims on that, so yikes. Got to make sure to block that up next time unless they shield bait me. So in comes the Venusaur, and we're going to go down there, right? Exchanged a couple of Sludge Bombs. In comes my Azumarill. I mean, he could do massive damage with that Sludge Bomb, but at the same time, Ice Beam is going to be basically almost one-shotting the Venusaur at that point with that half health, or if it even have 75%, it should be looking great. He does get that Sludge Bomb on me because I have no more shields left, and I was thinking, all right, what can I do to pull this win off? And I'm just going to go ahead and go with Tentacruel here. Frenzy Plant, devastating yet again, even though I'm poison type because, you know, part water as well. So it's hurting. And this is going to be the end of the video, folks. So I'd like to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed these battles, please give it a big thumbs up. Thank you to the 2 trainers that I played against. And I will be bringing you some more Rainbow Cup battles as well as raids. But they're still broken, and that's why I haven't been bringing you those. Oh boy, here comes Raid Week.